Hello, welcome to today's Daily Dominion. We've got a Dark Ages menagerie board with shelters. Um, so our way is the way of the sheep, so anything can be played as a terminal silver, which is nice with Necropolis. So we're going to have actually $6 in this next hand, will be important for thinking through our openers here. And then the event is delay, which at the cost of a buy but no money, you can set an action card aside and play at the start of your next turn. So, quite useful for reliability, but it is buy hungry as far as being. That's the limiting factor here. We do have plus buy from counterfeit, from Forager, so we'll be able to get to do that a little bit. Forager, oftentimes Forager doesn't function exactly as a plus buy card if you run out of things to trash. But we're not going to have that issue here for a number of reasons. One is I think at some point we probably receive some curses. But two, the main thing is just that Wayfarer is a Smithy variant that can gain silvers, and it also has this funky cost changing ability. But anyway, we're always going to be able to trash silver to Forager if we absolutely run out of stuff to trash. And then, yeah, so we have draw, we have buy, we have a little gainer and a village, $4 village, which is nice. Hostelry also can gain us horses, which can be relevant at some points. Yeah, so that's about it for the kingdom. I don't really plan to get many black cats, but it's not impossible if we have the actions to have a few, have one or two. Other than that, hopefully we'll be able to just build pretty big here until we're close to finishing. I think I'm going to open Forager. The bot's already buying black cats. I'm going to open Forager counterfeit. We're just going to try and start getting our trashing done. The bot just had the 5-2. Well, I don't know exactly what the bot had as far as the splits. To be honest, they didn't have a true 5-2, but well, the 5-2 is a 4-5 in any case on this particular board. So now the question is if we want an armory. I think that's reasonable here. Okay, so the bot's moving along. I mean, the bot is moving, right? They have gotten already a gold and a counterfeit. I mean, they're going to have a reasonably good deck. Well, except for the... except that they're doing this. I would say otherwise they were kind of in a good, decent direction as far as money. I don't think it would win, but I think it would be pretty quick. But if you're going to buy the poor houses, that's going to be a problem. Pretty big problem, actually. So there's not really a reason. I'm trying to think. There's no reason not to get a Vagrant. So we probably want to buy a Wayfarer at this point. You got to remember the Wayfarer changing cost thing. So basically, we could buy a $3 card and a $3 and cheaper and a Wayfarer on anything. We can't buy a 4. We can buy a 3 and cheaper. And so I think I'm going to take a Vagrant and I guess technically, I'm not sure the order on the price reduction here. Maybe we could get a Death card and a Wayfarer, but I don't want that in any case. I guess that's also worth thinking about. How much money did we have? Let's think this through now that we've seen the buy, because we have... Oh, no, we're using the buy anyway. I was going to say maybe do a delay, but we're using both the buys, so... Alright. So the bot is just cramming their deck full of that stuff. I think here with only 3, if we had 4, we might be tempted to go like hostelry Wayfarer or something, but with only 3 coppers in hand, we're gonna gain a hostelry and gain 3 horses. Should be pretty nice. Wow, they have a lot of those. I don't want silvers yet, though I'm not too terribly far away from wanting them. But at this stage, I'm not super interested. Once I'm drawing deck, we'll be gaining silvers pretty often. But not really before then. Okay. We're going to have 3 buys here. And I expect one of them to be used on a delay. Let's see, $1 counterfeit copper, $3, 9. I was kind of thinking Wayfarer counterfeit might be nice. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sheep the armory. I'm not like 100% convinced this is the play, but it seems okay. So I'm gonna buy counterfeit, then Wayfarer. We didn't actually need the copper, that's why I didn't play it. Not that playing it would have been okay too. And then I'm gonna set aside Acropolis. So hopefully we draw the Wayfarer, yeah, and now we just have the plus actions. So the bot's buying duchies, of course. You gotta get those duchies. You know how it is. Play Wayfarer. Again, I don't think I'm quite to the point of gaining silvers. I think the turns, like, see, we're not drawing decks, so I'm not super into the silvers yet. We could get hostelry horses and just like buy. Let's put a hostelry on top. And then we got to figure out money-wise if we want to. So we know there's a Wayfarer up there. What we want to buy. Another Vagrant Wayfarer pair wouldn't be unreasonable. Which doesn't take much money, of course. So we could possibly trash a good or gain a couple horses here. Or at least one horse is fine. Now we have to decide if we want to delay the Forager. I think there's still a copper in that hand. We had like 5 coppers, so there should still be a copper in here. So maybe we just delay it. Though I don't know that we're gonna have. We may use all the buys actually. It doesn't matter. So I might go. I might go Black Cat Vagrant Wayfarer. Did they actually delay something? Necropolis. This is kind of funny. Still not. The Vagrant can't draw anything at this point. Maybe 1 silver here. Yeah, I think we can deal with 1. The limiting factor here is always going to be plus buy. but we can get a lot of counterfeits. We're going to be able to hopefully save a little bit as far as the horses go and still drop. Like maybe we're not actually saving anything. I don't remember now. Well, we might have netted one out of that. Okay. Okay. So we have these buys. I think I would like another counterfeit. It wouldn't be crazy to get another armory next turn. Just to run the hostelries a little faster. Let's see, 3 buys. I would like a Wayfarer. I think a Wayfarer hostelry counterfeit seems okay. Let's get this poorhouse. It actually kind of gave some money. Let's play normally. Okay, so now we're at a stage where at least a couple of these are pretty safe for silver gaining. Maybe all 3 though, or all 4, but I won't do it yet. I probably shouldn't have even done it at that point because I would like to do a little bit of gain and play with respect to the. I'm starting to click a little quicker. I'm just not gonna totally play this super clean just because there's no reason to. Mainly. Well, I guess I could have gotten at least. So we're just gonna trash the silvers as we gain them so that the next turn we don't have to draw them until we've already drawn deck. So you just regain them with Wayfarer. And then you just have them once you've drawn deck instead of having to deal with them mucking up your starting hand and decreasing your chance of drawing. That's the basic idea there. Let's get another Wayfarer. We're just gonna buy pretty much what we've been buying. We'll delay a horse again. There's not. We maybe could have saved a counterfeit or something. They sure do love Black Cat. These kind of kingdoms where the bot just completely self-destructs aren't super interesting. But nonetheless, here we are. Now let's do this, and then we're getting kind of close to a 3 pile, so we'll want to look out for that. So we can just double province or whatever once it's there. I don't know how many silvers I have now. I don't really want more than whatever amount I have for playing a forager and for playing the counterfeits. I'm not totally sure where I am on that front, but we can also start forging armories once the once the hostelries are gone, the armories are a little less appealing. I don't know what the last card is. It might be a horse, in which case I would rather just leave it. I'm not totally sure. Oh no, it's counterfeit, isn't it? Yeah, let's draw it. So we're up to like 26, but again, there's no reason to buy province here. It'll get us 5 curses or whatever. We don't really want that. There's not particular reason to go for it until the game is ending. So I think again, I mean the only issue would be whether they could 3-pile. Actually, we may have a pile out here. It's not, can't be super far, right? We got 4 Wayfarer. We'll lower the Wayfarers a little bit more. And then we'll probably leave the hospital. We get like 1 more counterfeit. Let's get 2 Wayfarers. Maybe 2 counterfeits. And then delay 2 horses. And then we'll win on our next turn. We even get to give them a little bit of cursing, which is fun. Okay, so we'll be able to empty black cats or hostelries and wayfarers and black cats pretty easily. And then we just basically need to triple province or quad province, whatever it happens to be. I don't think the gain in play matters too much here, so we probably can just take the silvers from the start. So we are super overdrawn here, so. I guess we'll take a hostelry. Get a bunch of horses. And then we can gain, I guess we either gain a Wayfarer or Black Cat. They're not really super different in this instance. Technically, the Wayfarers have a chance of being just cheaper than the Black Cats. I'm not sure the order on the cursing. Let me look at this. If they Black Cat us, it may have been better to get a Black Cat rather than the Wayfarer, though we are going to be able to get the money from it. So that's something. All right, we'll just trash a horse. We can. So we have, so normally a counterfeit is bugged right now, counterfeit on counterfeit. Normally here we would be playing counterfeit on counterfeit on counterfeit on counterfeit until we trash the silvers. It trashes the same number of silvers, but it nets you a bunch of buys. Like we would have like, I don't know, like 14 buys or something here. And it would net us a little bit extra money, like $6 more or something. Roughly. I'm not sure the exact count, but so we would have just way more buys, which would be like slightly helpful, but all right, let's buy the province and see what happens with the cost of the wayfarers. I like how long it takes the bot to resolve the black cats. I hope they play all 9 of them. Then we don't even have to buy. Oh, they didn't do it. It's a bummer. So then we just buy 2 more provinces. We're ahead again. We can buy. Oh, I forgot to check. Yeah, the Wayfarer. See, the Wayfarers cost 0 now because the last card gain was a curse. We can buy that. Buy this many provinces. Black Cat State. So that finishes the game. I mean, it's not really a game here. Like, this is not a deck. This is actually, Black Cat here is maybe the best example of why the hard AI training against itself exclusively leads to really stupid play, and it's pretty much inescapable. I mean, the hard AI is self-trained, right? So it just plays against itself, and then it always greens pretty quickly. So Black Cat looks really good, you know. So the hard AI thinks you got to race to get the black cats, so that when the other hard AI buys a province or a duchy or whatever, you give them 4 curses, you know. And then I'm sure that proves to be a winning strategy. But it's just completely awful in general. Like, it's not even good on a lot of boards that are like simplistic, oftentimes. So it's just a really bad thing, but it goes for it pretty consistently. There's just one issue with this: is you can just take 8 curses here. Who cares? All right. Well, anyway, I think I really enjoy these Wayfarer engines, especially like Counterfeit. Like, Counterfeit Wayfarer is sort of a classic thing because you can just gain the silvers and remove them. And so the silvers, you effectively have silvers in your deck without paying the price of having the inconsistency on draw. What you've limited is the Wayfarers are in some sense drawing fewer cards if you always gain silver with them. Or it's more like they're guaranteed to draw a silver. It's like +2 cards draw silver. It's not really like that, but you can think about it that way if you want. It's not really. You can just think about it for what it does. But if you compare it to a normal Smithy engine, if you're always gaining silvers with Wayfarer, you're committing to silvers as the payload, which is perfectly fine if you're counterfeiting them. So anyway, I always like this particular combination, and then we got to see some nice stuff with Hostelry and Armory. Actually, there were two pairs of like sort of classic Menagerie Dark Ages. Like, Armory and Hostelry is actually like really a thing, and Wayfarer and Counterfeit are, and we had both of them. So that's nice kingdom as far as showing those 2 sets interactions. So all right, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you all tomorrow.